Welcome to this week's episode of Forever None. Today's topic is sin. Every civilization in history has had some form of government, from kings and emperors to chiefs and presidents. These governments have all had some form of ideology or philosophy on how a society ought to be. Most of these ideologies were designed by the wealthy for the wealthy. And there were 5 rules that each of these systems followed. And these principles have never changed. Number 1, keep the poor from killing the rich. Number 2, keep the poor from becoming the rich. Number 3, keep the poor alive to profit the rich. Number 4, convince the poor to die for the rich. And number 5, keep the first 4 rules a secret from the poor. Pretty simple. In every civilization that followed these rules, the 5th one was the hardest to enforce. The secret. Common people would often figure out the secret and question the authority of the rich. Revolts were common. They would ask, by whose authority are these rules made? The answer? Because I said so. The revolts continued. Punishments and penalties for the poor became very creative. Rule breaking got a name, a crime. And those who broke the rules were called criminals. But the revolts continued. Rules were not enough. Rules didn't stop crimes. Something worse than a crime needed to be invented. But what could that be? A different authority was needed. The highest authority. Now, some men stepped forward and claimed that they had the special powers to do amazing things. But they were unreliable. So who? Or what? What about the weather gods? The ones that bring the sun and the rain when they're happy, or drought and storms when they're not? What if we told the poor that the gods made the rules? That the gods could reward them, or more importantly, punish them. But not here. Not in this life. A magical place that you can't see. And an invisible policeman that costs nothing. In fact, money could be made. These gods would not only know what you do, but what you think. And if the poor complained about the rules, the rich could easily say, hey, we don't make the rules around here. God does. To break God's rules got a name. Doing anything contrary to the will of God was called sin. It was no longer because I said so, it was now because God said so. And thus the good cop, bad cop ploy was born. I don't say you need to be punished, God does. Religion has hijacked our natural instinct to govern ourselves responsibly and convinced us that we need to be told what to do. Because God knows better. Nowhere in Of the People, by the people, for the people, does God make any sense. Until next time, this is Forever None signing out. And remember, if sin is anything God says it is, where's the principle in that?